Hi, everybody, and welcome to the 2020 annual Out and Equal Workplace Summit. We are so thrilled to have you with us today and to share with you what we have in store for what is bound to be, as it is every year, the largest and most powerful conference for LGBTQ workplace equality. Before I turn it over, I just want to let you know and to recognize that this has been a challenging year for everybody. Out and Equal, like many organizations, have pivoted in both programming and in large conferences like this to a virtual environment. And I know our staff has worked really hard to provide you with the most exciting content and opportunities for connection that we could have ever imagined. So I want to thank the Out and Equal staff, and also to thank sponsors and for everybody who has showed up and registered for this event. It has been, again, a tough year, but we have been thrilled and really excited to see how companies and individuals are stepping up and taking part in this incredible event. So I'm going to turn it over to our Director of Learning and Development, Isabel Porras, who's going to take us through some exciting information. But before I do that, I would like to invite Tamara Peterson and John Lake from Wells Fargo to give some introductory remarks. Wells Fargo has been a sponsor of Out and Equal for more than 15 years and has hosted this wonderful orientation event for several years. So I want to turn it over. Thanks to John, and over to you, Tamara.
Thanks so much, Erin. It's great to see you. And hello, everyone. I'm Tamara Peterson, President of Wells Fargo's Pride Network. On behalf of Wells Fargo and our over 16,000 Pride members, we're proud to sponsor the 2020 Out and Equal Workplace Summit orientation video. Although things look very different this year, we know it's still going to be an amazing week of learning, sharing, advocating, and being inspired. John?
Thanks, Tamara. It's great to see you, and great to see you too, Erin. Hi, Out and Equal family. I'm John Lake, LGBTQ segment leader for Wells Fargo Marketing. I'm proud to say this is our company's 15th year sponsoring the summit, as Erin mentioned, and personally, my 11th year attending. I know every fall I look forward, and our entire group looks forward to gathering in person and feeling the community and magic that Summit creates. We're going to miss that this year. But kudos to Erin and the entire Out and Equal team for bringing the magic online and proving that even a global pandemic can't hold back the power of the Out and Equal Workplace Summit.
And I'm sure we don't need to tell any of you how that power is needed more than ever. While our community experienced such an amazing win earlier this year with the Supreme Court decision on workplace protections, the passing of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg has reminded us how fragile our progress can be. As a woman, a lesbian, and a lawyer, my life was significantly impacted by her trailblazing work, and we all play a role in ensuring her legacy continues. Participating in Summit is a great way to find the inspiration and the motivation to keep moving forward.
So wherever you or your companies are on this journey, we hope that Summit 2020 will leave you energized about what can be accomplished when we all come together. I sincerely hope that we'll be able to see you all in person next year, but until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay engaged. And be sure to vote. Now, let's get this session going. We look forward to seeing you all online soon for an inspiring, productive summit. And I'm going to turn it over to Isabel Porras to start the orientation.
This year's conference is going to be bigger and better than ever. I'm so excited by how many people have signed up so far, and registration is still open, so join the party. You're coming from 46 states and over 30 countries. Over 70% of the Fortune 1000 is represented, and we're thrilled to feature 4 corporate CEOs speaking. This is a remarkable statement about the commitment of large companies to the LGBTQ community. In the midst of everything that is going on, they're continuing to invest in this cause. We're thrilled. I'm very excited about our plenaries and premier sessions. We're facilitating powerful, timely conversations across 5 plenaries and 10 premier sessions. These conversations touch on everything from mental health Check out the Everyone's Affected but No One Will Say So, Mental Health, Belonging, and the Future of Workplace Inclusion premiere session. We're also talking about expanding the discussion on gender. Check out that Engendering Change premiere session. We're talking about racial justice. We have a Black Lives Matters in the Workplace panel, as well as numerous other conversations about racial justice throughout the plenaries. We're talking about belonging. After all, we're in the business of belonging. Belonging is at the heart of a healthy organizational culture, and it's about the application of, rather than just the observation of, intersectionality. I really encourage you to check out the conversations with Arnie Sorensen of Marriott and Halsey Cook of Milliken & Company to hear about what belonging means for them personally and as corporate leaders. And finally, we're also talking about the evolving nature and boundaries of the queer plus community. I'm personally looking forward to the conversation with Glennon Doyle to hear more about that. This year, we're bringing back the Audis. We're featuring 8 awards, including the return of classic Audis like the ERG of the Year and Workplace Excellence. This year in 2020, we've also expanded the Audi Awards to include 3 new ways to organize leading partners: belonging during COVID, global workplace excellence, and LGBTQ marketing of the year. This is about recognizing individuals and organizations who are leaders in advancing equality for LGBTQ people in workplaces globally. The information submitted was reviewed by an independent panel of business and community leaders, and we'll be announcing 1 to 2 awards at each plenary throughout the week. You can find all of the honorees and more information about them on the Summit platform. Of course, Summit isn't Summit without workshops, which I'm personally very excited about. And we have a fully packed 5-day workshop agenda featuring 113 live workshop sessions across more than 17 session tracks. All of the live workshops will be recorded and made available within the same day, so you can come back to anything you've missed. In addition to those live sessions, we're introducing Summit On Demand this year. These are going to be pre-recorded sessions that are available after the opening plenary. Come back and check those out at your own pace throughout the conference. I'd like to just pause here and say a heartfelt thank you to all of you who are leading workshops or panels or facilitating roundtables. Thank you so much for sharing your best practices and your passions with the Out and Equal community. I mean this very earnestly. You make Summit possible, so thank you. It's not all work though. In addition to the workshops, the plenaries, and premiere sessions, we're also going to have a lot of fun activities. Night In this year will be a fun-filled evening with performances from multiple artists, including Jake Cyrus, B. Steadwell, Brianna Sinclair, and Mary Lambert. Be sure to tune in at 7 p.m. Eastern sharp on Wednesday, October 7th, to also catch a signature cocktail making segment by Chanel Turner, founder of Foudre Vodka. We're bringing back the Belonging booth. What's your story? We're collecting stories of how belonging impacts your life. We'll share these stories throughout the year and want to feature you. So be sure to look for the Belonging booth at this year's summit. Of course, we have the Wellness Lab as well. Be sure to visit the Wellness Lab page, where we'll feature live classes such as meditation and dance. We'll highlight the mental health and well-being workshop session track, as well as the mental health premiere session I mentioned earlier. And of course, we'll link to our 12-step meeting and other mental health resources. As we all know, relationships matter. They not only help us to avoid isolation, they're a key component of every effective movement, including ours. So this year, we're introducing the Summit Buddy program. Our goal is to help foster connections, networking opportunities, and of course, friendships throughout Summit. If you opted into the Summit Buddy program when you registered, you'll be paired up with 1 or 2 buddies and provided a discussion guide to help you make a connection. And of course, we'll have other networking events at the conference as well. We have 2 networking sessions during Summit this year. One that's in a more East Coast friendly time zone, and the other is better suited for those of us on the West Coast. Attendees at these sessions will be given prompts and questions, and then we'll get a chance to connect with different groups of attendees in breakout rooms in order to build connections and relationships. You can join these sessions whether or not you have a buddy. I'm looking forward to seeing you all at these networking events. So conference access begins early on Monday, September 28th. You'll have a chance to build your agenda, start meeting attendees, although we won't have any programming available until the conference actually begins on Monday, October 5th. So again, you have about a week to check out the agenda, start networking, but content will be available on Monday, October 5th. And for that entire week, the conference will be live, of course. You'll continue to have access to the summit site until Friday, October 30th. A note about attire this year, we recommend casual or business casual. Business attire is not required. Or you can do what I do, which is wear a blazer on top and my fuzzy pajamas on the bottom. No one will tell. So let's talk a little bit about the Summit platform more specifically. As you can see here on the home screen, Pathable is the digital experience platform that we'll be using to host the conference. And this is what the conference site looks like. Pathable is a Zoom-based platform. So please review our Zoom workarounds for Summit document, which is included in the email with which you received this video, if you have any questions about Zoom workarounds. We do recommend that you have Zoom 5.0 or later downloaded for your access. I do want to note though, attendees will be able to access webinars without downloading the Zoom platform. But for those of you who are presenters, you must have the Zoom platform. And we recommend that you use browsers like Chrome or Microsoft Edge in order to be able to access the page very smoothly. So let's jump into it. As you can see on the menu tab at the top, we have a Start Here. And as that name implies, that's where we're going to start. So getting started, let's click on the Getting Started page. This is the first place we want you to go when you log onto Pathable itself. We're welcoming you, and we also have an attendee checklist for you to review. You'll see a couple of things on that attendee checklist, as well as some important tips and tricks. Please pay attention to the fact that we're still adding a couple of tips and tricks over the week, so it might look slightly different on Monday, but it'll still contain the attendee checklist, and it'll just have even more tips and tricks for you to explore. The first task on the attendee checklist is to build out your profile. So let me show you what that looks like. On the menu tab, you'll hover over to Account and Edit My Profile. We recommend doing this as soon as possible, as having these fields filled out will enhance your networking and career fair experience. So I'll show you a little bit of what that looks like once the site loads. So this is the spot where you can fill out your profile, include a headshot, your email, your bio. Not all of the fields are required again, but we do recommend you flesh these out as much as possible. Note that some of the information is already going to be auto-populated based on what you shared with us during registration. I do want to call your attention more specifically to where we are right now, and that is the LinkedIn profile and career opportunities session. Strongly encourage you to share your LinkedIn profile generally, but especially for those of you who are participating in the career fair. Strongly recommend that you have that LinkedIn profile linked so that recruiters are able to connect with you and learn a little bit more about you. You'll also see the button here to check for interested in career opportunities. This is how recruiters will know that you're in fact interested and they should reach out to you. So again, if you're participating in the career fair, and I'll talk about that in a second, make sure that you fill out your LinkedIn profile and you check that box that says interested in career opportunities. We again recommend that you fill out the rest of the information, as it'll help us build connections and relationships during Summit. And of course, make sure that you hit save at the bottom of the page before you leave so that all your changes are captured. This is not a one and done. You're able to come back and continue editing and changing your profile throughout the conference. So no rush if you feel like you can't fill everything out all at once. But again, we do recommend that you fill it out as much as possible. And recruiters will be able to start contacting and viewing people starting on Monday, September 28th. So again, if you are interested in the career fair, strongly encourage you to fill out at the very least the LinkedIn profile option and the interested in career opportunities profile on Monday when you receive that access. And then you can come back and fill out the rest if you don't have time there. It shouldn't take you very long to fill these out. And again, it'll be a nice way to learn more about all summit attendees. Because this year's engagement center is going to be completely virtual, attendees will be able to take advantage of many exciting features that can only be offered in the digital space. We're thrilled to welcome nearly 70 companies from diverse industries with locations that span the globe. And you can see the access for that hovering over engagement and then virtual booth. Note that technically the daily live hours for the engagement center will be from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and 12:30 to 4 p.m. Eastern on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. On Thursday, the career fair hours will be from 12:30 to 4:30 Eastern. The live hours mean that when you visit a company booth inside the engagement center, you can expect to interact live with company representatives via the chat feature. Let me show you the page for our partners at Wells Fargo, for example. Even outside of these live hours, you can peruse the booths and learn more about our dedicated partners. Again, as I mentioned earlier, this means that as soon as the platform opens up on Monday, September 28th, you can start exploring the engagement center. Once you click into a booth, as we've done here with Wells Fargo, you'll be able to view and interact with all of the elements that the companies have included inside of their booths. The coolest feature is the live chat function, where you can quickly connect via video conferencing interface with company representatives. You can also schedule one-on-one meetings with specific company representatives on the Summit platform. You can scroll down and see the booth's customized links, watch videos, download supportive materials, and learn which workshops and premiere sessions the company is participating in, and click directly to that session to reserve a spot on your Summit schedule. And I'll talk to you about the schedules and reserving spots in a second. If a company is offering any deals or promotional opportunities, you'll find those specials within the booth as well. And of course, attendees that are eager to explore new job opportunities will be able to see what openings are available by clicking on the Job Opportunities button in the upper left corner of the booth. Let me show you what that looks like one more time, this time with our test site on Acme. So again, you'll hover over the engagement center, click on virtual booths, you'll see the full list. You can click on the partner as we did here with Acme, or you can search for a specific name. Once you've clicked on the partner, access their booth, you're in their virtual playground. As I mentioned, you can browse the booth, their links, their videos, potential job opportunities, discover which workshops or premiere events they're participating in, and add those sessions directly to your agenda. I do want to highlight for you, again, here with the video chat live feature. While many of our partners will be using Zoom to manage these video conferencing opportunities, a few of our partners are going to use their preferred platforms, whether that's Cisco WebEx or Microsoft Teams or something else. In that case, you'll see what appears for Acme here, an alternate video chat live link. So please use that link rather than the button above to be able to access those partners. Again, it's pretty straightforward once you see it. If the video chat live button is the only thing there, click. Otherwise, you'll see that alternative link underneath and click that instead. In addition to the Engagement Center, we're bringing back the Career Fair this year, and it's bigger and better than ever. The Career Fair gives you direct access to employers that are leading the way in diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. We're thrilled to welcome over 65 partner companies participating in the Career Fair this year. We're taking full advantage of our digital capabilities, and we hope and expect that it'll enhance the Career Fair experience for partners and job seekers alike. While we're not meeting in person this year, oh, something happened to the website, Kira. the menu bar just disappeared. In addition to the Engagement Center, this year we're bringing back the Career Fair, and it's bigger and better than ever. The Career Fair gives you direct access to employers that are leading the way in diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. We're thrilled to welcome over 65 partner companies participating in the Career Fair this year. We're taking full advantage of our digital capabilities, and we hope and expect that this will enhance the Career Fair experience for partners and job seekers alike. While we're not meeting in person, the digital networking experience really does reflect the new virtual reality in which we're all living, working, recruiting, and hiring in. Let me show you what the Career Fair site looks like. So you'll go over to Engagement Center, and this time click on Career Fair. As the site loads, make sure to scroll down and look for that next button. We have 2 pages of participants for the Career Fair. As I mentioned earlier, you'll be able to indicate your interest in new job openings, communicate directly with talent acquisition staff, request appointments to meet with recruiters, and of course, visit the virtual booths and connect with company representatives throughout Summit, not just the day of the Career Fair. The official Career Fair hours are 12:30 to 4:30 p.m. Eastern on Thursday, October 8th. But the virtual platform actually enables employers to review and directly contact interested candidates as soon as we go live on Monday, September 28th, and up to 3 weeks after Summit. This is why when we were talking about the profiles, I encourage those of you who are interested in participating in the Career Fair to make sure that you've included your LinkedIn profile and that you've checked the box that expresses interest in career opportunities. Again, recruiters will begin reviewing candidate profiles as soon as we go live, so it really is to your advantage to complete your profile as soon as possible. Completing your profile is the only way that recruiters will be able to find you amongst the sea of extremely diverse and talented candidates at this year's summit. Okay, so let's talk about my favorite part of the summit site, and that's the schedule. So you'll navigate over at the top next to the Start Here button, you'll see Schedule. Click on Agenda so you can see the full programming slate that we have for the 5 days of the conference. Note that sessions will be listed in your respective time zone. So I'm on the West Coast. They're showing you West Coast Pacific time right now. Sessions will appear in your local time. Just flagging that because we did share the schedule using Eastern time and not all of us are on the East Coast. So again, sessions will appear in your specific time zone. Sessions are listed by the agenda view as we have here by day, or you can click on calendar view. You can click on calendar view at the top to get the full experience of everything that's happening at Summit. And so hopefully it feels overwhelming in a positive way. And again, as a reminder, while you won't be able to access each session live in each block, you can only go to one session live at a time, you'll be able to go back and access the recordings for all of this content. So you don't need to worry about making it to just one session. You'll be able to watch everything if you have the time. And again, sessions will be available through October 30th. I do want to note for you while we're on the agenda that there are some exclusive sessions that will either appear only on certain attendee schedules or that only certain attendees will be able to add them to their agenda. But let me show you how you actually add sessions to your agenda. So scrolling through that list view again, because it's a little bit easier to actually read some of that information. Why don't we click through on a revolutionary BRG, this very exciting session coming up from our friends at Lockheed Martin. So once you click on the session from the agenda, you'll be able to get all of the information. The speaker information, please note there aren't any photographs because they have not yet accessed the website. Once they do, they'll build out their profiles. But you'll have access to clicking on any of these speakers and being taken to their profile. You'll again see the time for the session. The continuing education credit, we are offering SHRM credits this year. We're a recertification provider, so you'll see how many credits you can get for that session. And you'll see the abstract, right? The topic of this session, whether or not you'd like to join. You'll see session type. Some sessions will be meetings, some sessions will be webinars, and there will be a few hybrid sessions. Those sessions, hybrid sessions, are sessions in which there's a video playing, a pre-recorded content, but then you'll be able to go into a live Q&A with the presenters if you'd like. So again, you'll be able to see all of this information across sessions. So I've read through this. I'm excited about a revolutionary BRG. I want to add it to my agenda so that I know that this is where I want to go. I'll hover up at the top on the right-hand side to where it says reserve spot. Once you click on reserve spot, this does a couple of things. First, it adds it to my agenda, to your agenda, which again is available under the schedule. When you hover over schedule, you'll see agenda and my agenda. So it'll be added to your agenda, and it also reserves a seat for you on that session. So I just kindly ask you, as you go through your agenda throughout the week, if you've added some things as placeholders, but your schedule won't permit you to actually join live, please remove it from your agenda so that that seat is available to another summit attendee. Again, all sessions, whether or not you added them to your agenda, once they're done, it'll take maybe an hour or so, we'll be able to upload the recordings. So you can come back and access them. You needn't have added them to your session. Add only those sessions which you're interested in joining live. You'll also, if we go back to the agenda portion, let me just show you that really quickly. You'll also be able to, again, as I said, reserve spots, but you'll be able to see everything that you've added for yourself. You'll be able to add them or remove them directly from that main view. One more thing that I want to show you from these sessions, if we click through Revolutionary BRG one more time, precisely because we have so much content, there's a couple of different ways to view it. You can view the content by date, and so just scrolling through the agenda and seeing what's offered on Monday, Tuesday, and so forth. Or if you're interested in a specific track, once you click on a session in that track, you can click on the track one more time, in this case, transgender and gender nonconforming, and it'll show you all the sessions specific to that track. So that's just another way of searching if you'd prefer to just look by track specifically. You'll also note on the right-hand side, there's a search button. And so if you already know the title of a particular session and you wanted to search for it, or a particular track and you wanted to search for it there, you can do so in that space as well. So again, you are welcome to start adding sessions to your agenda as soon as you have access on Monday the 28th. Just a reminder to review your sessions throughout, and if you're not able to make it, kindly ask that you remove it from your agenda so a seat opens up. And of course, once you've added all of these things to your agenda, I don't know, some of you might be like me, I live and die by my Outlook calendar. So I'd like to actually export these so I get my reminders, and it's just all hooked up on my phone, and Outlook is how I roll. So what I'll do is I'll add the sessions to my agenda, and then I'll hover over to export. And that will give me the option of exporting it, either the full agenda or just my agenda. And eventually you'll be able to download the notes you took in different sessions as well. So just highlighting here a couple of different ways. If you prefer to have everything embedded directly into your Outlook, so you just get the reminders, you know, that 10 or 15-minute reminder, you can download and add these to Outlook or your Gmail or whatever email service you use. So happy exploring when it comes to all of the content on the agenda. So hopefully this is all very straightforward and easy to navigate. However, sometimes we need a little bit more help, and that's okay. If you need assistance with the virtual platform, please go to the Account tab in the navigation bar and select Support. You'll be able to send an email ticket to the Summit Platform Support Team. And should you have a question that's unrelated to the virtual platform itself, please contact summitsupport@outandequal.org. This information will also be included on the Getting Started page that I reviewed earlier. So that's pretty much our orientation. A couple of other features that I just want to quickly call out. This year, we'll be able to search each other as attendees to be able to build relationships and connect, as I mentioned earlier. You'll be able to, under the People tab, search for attendees, and the search function will allow you to filter by a number of fields: title, name if you have a specific individual you're searching for, ribbons, industry, interest groups. So go ahead and check it out. This is also why it's so important for you to build your profile so that other individuals can find you by those categories as well. Go ahead and build your profile and then start exploring other attendees. You'll be able to send messages or schedule direct one-on-one meetings with other attendees. Once you're in that individual's profile, you can connect with them by either sending a message or clicking schedule a meeting. For any messages you receive or any meeting invitations you receive, you'll get an email as well as a notification inside of the platform. It'll be a little bell icon located in the navigation bar to the right. And as I mentioned, we'll have the help desk for any questions that you may need. So I'm very excited for you all to get access on Monday and start exploring, building agendas, building out speaker profiles, and connecting with other attendees. A couple of points to remember, perhaps most importantly, in order to access the conference, you must have already registered, and you would have registered in Eventry. That's the system that we use then. We're pulling over a lot of that information. You'll be getting that access email on Monday, September 28th. That email will have a unique link that's giving you access to the virtual experience, to the platform, and you'll need to claim your account, which requires creating a password and agreeing to our community guidelines as well as Pathable's terms and conditions. The email that you receive indicating this video, so you already have an email, that email will clarify a couple of the points for what's happening on Monday. We're going to send you the email subject, the email sender, just so you have that information. And if for some reason you can't find the email on Monday, you'll be able to check your spam folder using either the email subject or the sender. That email will also contain supplemental information, so please make sure you read through it. I know we've sent some lengthy emails, but there's a lot of information. This is a new platform and experience for all of us, so we want to make sure that you are prepared. And last but not least, we strongly encourage you to add the Summit website to your favorites in your browser so you have a quick and easy way to access. And of course, we ask you that you keep your registration just to yourself. That's one of the terms and conditions for the conference. Folks are representing themselves, personally with names and images, etc. So please do not share your registration with any other individuals. With that, I'm thrilled to welcome you to the 2020 Workplace Summit. I'm so excited for you to start building out your profiles, checking out who else is joining the conference, and of course, learning all of these best practices and having these cutting-edge conversations with our panelists, presenters, and all of our premier and plenary speakers as well. So thank you so much for joining us for the Workplace Conference, and I hope to see you there.